want there to be like rules holding you back. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's just like what's the point? The point is for me to make shit and express myself and do shit that I feel good about. And as long as I feel good about it at the end of the day,
This is accomplished.
I know for a fact I've already touched people, so it's like I feel like that's
That resonates. That's something I want to listen to over and over and over.
No, literally.
If I want to listen to it over and over again, somebody else might want to. Over
People
and
who
over
aren't
again.
creatives
And
don't
some
get
shit
that.
I
That
don't
going
even
back and
like,
listening
other
to your
people
own
end up
shit
liking.
stuff,
So
but
it's
like that's like the main point almost. Like if I didn't like. All right, welcome. Welcome everybody back to another episode of To Be Determined. I'm your host Nick Swisher here with my boy Samad Terrell.
yes, sir.
Bit of a smaller crew today, but that's only because we have two new guests with us. Do you want to introduce yourselves?
What's happening, y'all? It's your boy Lordation, the place to be. That's To Be Determined podcast right here with the homie Nick Swisher and Kodiak.
Yes,
And we here to talk
thanks
some
for
shit. I
being
got my
here, too.
homie.
What's going on? It's your boy Jay. You can call me Uncle Jay, Jesse, for those who know me. Videographer extraordinary, engineer, musician, actor, writer, whatever you wanna.
Just a pure
yes.
creative.
Just here to create.
Hell yeah, no,
We
we all
resonate
are.
with
Get
that.
something
yes.
special going
Yeah.
with my cousin.
Oh
Nick
yeah.
Swisher.
No, let's
Yeah.
clarify.
Yeah,
This is my
fun
cousin
fact.
right here. This is
my
my
cousin.
blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's especially why it's good.
The Barnes family, you feel me?
Apparently, we
actually,
gotta
yeah.
clarify
Hey,
that
yeah,
Actually,
everywhere we go.
Speaking of the clarifying, because like that is actually one of the things that I did want to touch on today. And
Oh, yeah?
kind of already started rolling the
Hey,
ball
let's hit
there
it.
on the clarifying. For those that don't know or haven't like kind of been in the circle to know, the last couple of like physical outings that Nick Swisher and I have gone to back to back, I will say, to perform, do our thing. There's been a little bit of an incident. I'll kind of
Backlash,
just
if you will.
touch the ice on that a little bit, and I'll let Nick go into that a little bit further because it more so deals with.
I'll get into it because I want to paint the picture before we get into specifics a little bit.
All right.
I am a biracial man, okay? If you're 7 episodes into this podcast, I would expect you to be aware of that by now.
Please.
But yeah, to clarify, my father is a black man, my mother is a white woman, okay? That's a 50-50 split. Same as you would see with people like Barack Obama or Blake Griffin or Drake, you know? It's really not that confusing. At the same time, I'm not blind. I see. I don't have the melanin dispensed that some other people who have my racial blend do. At the same time, black culture is my culture. I
Yes,
love
sir.
my
Yes.
people. I love the art that my people make. I'm
Yes.
inspired by the art that my people make. And I don't
You
try-
inspire others with the art that you make, so I just want to slide that in there.
Yes,
too,
yes.
'cause
That project
I'm
was hard,
inspired
bro.
by you all the time.
Thank you. But to clarify, the issue that I faced at these that came up at these last 2 shows that I had was somebody got upset with me for my use of the N-word when I rap. Now, I understand that that's a touchy subject for some people. I know that that word carries weight,
Especially during Black History Month.
especially during Black History Month. I understand these things, okay? Especially living in Ohio, where we've been dealing with a lot of issues with people going around marching, promoting the worst kind of shit
Fuck
that
Nazis.
exists in
Can
the
we
world.
cuss? Can we cuss?
Yes.
Oh,
yes, yes,
absolutely.
Cool. Fuck Nazis.
Fuck Nazi. Yeah. Absolutely.
You can absolutely say fuck Nazi.
Absolutely, we can all take a turn saying fuck Nazis.
All right,
Because
everybody.
that's
All right, it's y'all turn now.
Hey, fuck Nazis.
fuck Nazis.
Just fuck Nazis.
I
Fuck
love
the
how fun yours
Nazis.
sounded.
I love saying that. That's my favorite thing to say.
Facts.
No,
Nah,
but
Yeah, oh, look at that.
yeah, so
Y'all owe
as
each
you
other a
can
Coke.
see- as you can see, you know, I've grown up in Mount Healthy, in Forest Park, 15 minutes from where all of that shit happened, from where those people
Man.
were marching in Lincoln Heights, you know? All of my friends are black people. My girlfriend is black. My father is a black man. His father is a black man. My
We're
great
gonna get your
uncle
father as a guest, right? On one of these days.
on one
I
of
just
these,
wanna,
one of
yeah,
these
I just wanna.
days. My great uncle was actually the first black Navy SEAL. There was a thing posted
Hey,
about him on Facebook the other day,
salute to
randomly,
him.
that we
Thank
came
thank him for
across.
his service.
Absolutely, Uncle Billy,
Thank
an American hero, a person I'm proud of every time I think about him. May he rest in peace. God rest his soul. But he was an American hero. He was a guy who had to teach himself how to swim like in the local creek because it was illegal for black people to use the pool. You know what I'm saying?
you. Damn.
That's the type of shit my family went through. You know, my grandma had to sit on the back of the bus too. You know what
And
I'm
all that
saying?
happened in Zone 15, might I add.
Mm, mm. And so, like, when I use that word, I don't ignore what it means. You know what I mean? But it's also no different from Drake saying "nigga, we made it." There's no difference.
Literally not.
Exactly.
None.
Literally, there
Zero.
is no difference in his biological makeup from mine, except I'm not Jewish. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
So
That should be worse for him.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
type shit.
It's a thing where if a person has a problem with the way that I present, with the way that I speak, with what I represent in my art, or how I represent my art, we can have a discussion about it. You know what I'm saying? Blackness is a spectrum, and different black people have different ideas about what it means to them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't see eye to eye with the Dr. Umars of the world because I just think that there's no one way to be a black person in
Yeah.
America. Being
Just
black
not.
is
Yes, sir.
difficult no matter what kind of black person you are. You know
That's
what I
like
mean?
saying there's
I
only
went to
one
Butler
way to
Tech.
be a
I went to
person.
Butler Tech and I
Exactly.
And we all
interacted with
different.
kids from Talawanda who called me a jigaboo to my face. You know what I'm saying? I've dealt
I
with
ain't never had that shit ever happen to me.
Never happened.
you see, I don't know where they even got that from. I don't know how
Like,
they
bro,
even thought to connect
You
those
had
dots
to, you had
with
to
me. You know what I'm
research
saying?
racial slurs to find
To
that
find
one.
that
You
one,
see what I'm
I
saying?
dug
swear,
in the
Like,
because
crates.
I
and
never
this
experienced
person,
that
he
one
was a
either.
dude with a Confederate flag tattooed on his arm. He was.
He practiced that.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I know I've interacted with these people. I've had these interactions. I've been profiled. It's not something that's foreign to me because whereas some people, when they see the way that I look, don't want to treat me as black because I don't appear it. When I interact with those people, when I interact with the Nazis, or when I interact with the guys who wear the Confederate flag like a badge of honor, they don't treat me any different. They treat me the way they would treat any black person, which
Yeah.
is with disdain, which is with
You get the
scorn.
same
For
hate.
sure.
You know what I mean? So it's difficult sometimes when you're able to get the same kind of hatred from the people who hate you, but you can't get the same kind of love from people who are supposed to be your people and understand
That
you.
part.
It's like I have a song that I wrote on my album Gemini. It's called Black and White,
I love that cut, by the way.
and it's pretty much about this feeling of feeling like you don't really belong anywhere. You know what I mean? And it's something I've had to deal with and reckon with my whole life, but it's also a thing where I'm not afraid to stand on it. I know who I am, and
Sure.
when people challenge me on it, I don't run away from it. When someone challenged me about it, I went back up on stage and I was ready to defend myself. You know what I'm
Hey.
saying? And I always will be because I know that it's a thing that's going to continue to be a discussion throughout my life. But I have no problem talking to sorry, talking to people about it so that they can understand. That's all that it comes down to is I want to understand your perspective. I want you to understand mine. That's all my art is. That's all making
That's it.
music is trying to tell you my story. That's what I'm saying. And if you follow through my music, you can see how that story has come to the point it's at right now. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because,
Mhm.
like I just pointed out, it's been a thing, it's been a theme. You know what I'm saying? Duality exists in all of my music. That's why my albums are called Balance and Gemini and shit like that, is because I'm a biracial, bipolar Gemini. I've been had a foot in both camps my whole life on everything. There's two sides to everything, and I've always been forced to see that. You know what I mean? But that's my final word on the issue.
Hey,
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Because I want to invite you to a production, to the revival of a production
Mhm.
that I used to have. So Shadow Village Productions, we do a lot of stuff. Sometimes it gets annoying, but one thing I really want to do more for my productions is just get them going and make sure they're achieving their purpose. And the purpose of this one was called Done in the Dark,
Mhm.
and it's the whole goal of it is to find those mishaps, those disagreements, those misunderstandings,
Mhm.
and bring the people that's having those, and just sit them down to have the conversations that need to be had.
Absolutely.
So if you're interested, I'd
Oh,
love to have you on.
anytime. Absolutely.
Dope. So I'm gonna get
Oh,
that
yeah.
set up, and we're gonna make that shake because I
Absolutely.
don't want to just have the conversation here and then no one watches the video or no one tunes into the podcast or not enough people, and
yeah.
and the message doesn't get out there. I want to help get it out there myself as well.
Absolutely. You
Yeah,
see,
yeah,
because
because
I feel like a lot of times, and this is a discussion point, I feel like when you bring it up, some people roll their eyes at you, but biracial people sometimes get like erased from black conversations a little bit, like
mhm.
get erased from being part of those circles in some cases.
Right.
And I would never turn down an opportunity to have the chance to have those discussions openly with people. You know what I mean? Because I
Absolutely. I
do
feel it.
want to get that story out there for people. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
When
'cause
I
who
say
knows
it's
how
my
many people
last
you're
word on
speaking
it, I
for
kind of
when you
mean
do
like
it.
on this pod. On this
Yeah, no,
pod.
and like I stand by that one. I really love that idea, so I second that. I stand by it as well, in the fact that like I think you should do it. It's not
Well, I'm
necessarily,
doing it, so you know.
you know, yeah. But nah, it just like overall resonates with like my initial idea of like all black hearts, and like we the idea was always to kind of like touch those that were kind of like me, where it's like you can be good, I guess, by a societal standard, but like you're still tainted in the heart. You still almost have like a black heart
Our brands are so
in a
fucking
lot of
aligned. It's
ways.
crazy.
Yeah, exactly,
No,
and that's
yeah.
why I was like
Mhm.
super interested in doing this too. But like I always wanted to kind of become that person that I needed back when I tried to stab myself in the heart, when I was trying to take a lot of like painkillers to kill a pain that probably wasn't even actually there.
Right.
um all sorts of shit. Like I wanted to grow into the person that I needed back then in those days, and when the heart was so much blacker, you know, and help reach its shine. And I think that that resonates a lot in like your situation, because like it's something that you've gone through and continue to go through that can really taint the heart and make you have this like dark, disdained outlook on the world around you,
You
and
see, and I don't
you're
buy into
fighting.
that. No
Exactly,
matter
you're
what happens
fighting
to
and
me, I never
conquering
buy
through
into
that.
that.
But like
Never.
imagine if this was us like 15 years ago, 20 years ago, how these things would affect you, and how we need to be those people that we needed back then.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, like that's really like the whole like turnaround, is that we gotta.
15 years ago, somebody would have got swung on.
I mean, but
Because
still, but think about
because
that
my
though. It's
peoples
still
that
not the
got
right
confronted,
answer.
you
It's
know what
still
I'm
not the
saying?
right answer.
Yeah,
You're
that's
still
what I'm
gonna go
saying.
back and you're gonna start
That's what I'm
reflecting
saying.
back then
Yeah,
and be
that's what I'm
like, I
saying.
shouldn't have. But I was pissed. I was angry. But and trying to dig into why you were so pissed in the first place, and why that person hurt you, and that could still, it's still an experience that's gonna have you have a darker outlook on the people around you that you're supposed to be in a community with. You know,
Exactly.
so like I really like the fact of being able to really just give back and think about those that
Mhm.
are in our shoes where we were back then.
Right.
Now, you know,
Hmm.
Mhm.
and nah, I think that's a great way to really
Yeah.
do
No.
that and hammer that in.
I like that you brought all that up too, because I feel like there is a lot of like similarity in the Venn diagram here between like Shadow Village over here and All Black Hearts over here. Like speaking of 15 years ago, you know,
Hell, I mean,
I'm
hell,
fine.
you're
I'm
I
fine.
literally the what, Kurokage?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Lord of Darkness.
I was about to say
Man,
give the people some context, you know, because a lot of people in our audience might not be familiar with your stuff. You know, how did Shadow Village get started? You know,
yes,
how did
please
you
take
get
us on the
started
journey.
in
Okay.
music? Things like that. You know, where's your art derived from?
All right. Cool. So my name is Ace. I've been making music for quite a while now. My career's basically grown. She's gonna have to wait. Um, so I started making music with my homies that I met when I was going to St. Xavier High School.
Okay.
We called ourselves Third World Records. We coined ourselves like Cincinnati's Wu Tang because there was always so many of us. We all rapped. We all
Type
thought we was
shit.
the
Hell
shit.
yeah.
And yeah, eventually as we grew up, we grew apart because everybody has a life that they have to maintain and whatnot, and those childhood dreams necessarily didn't align anymore. So at the end of it, it was just me And then my homie deleted the Thorough Records Facebook page that I had worked so hard to build up.
Damn.
All my shows, all the photos, the videos, of the
That's
stuff
a
I was doing.
portfolio right there.
Bro, right.
Wow.
So I was really hurt, really fucking hurt when it happened. But at the time that it happened, I was at the Ohio Media School, where I learned how to get into doing this type stuff, essentially.
Right.
And after I graduated the Ohio Media School, I was almost immediately employed to be an instructor assistant. And during my time as an instructor assistant, I just kept running into people who just sort of latched on to me and wanted more guidance from me even after they finished school. So I was like, all right, let's cook then. And then eventually,
clearly there's a good sign here,
Exactly. And that's essentially where Shadow Village was birthed, because I was in a dark place, but I wasn't afraid of this dark place.
I understand.
So like, all right, so if I'm gonna be in this darkness, I'm gonna cultivate in this motherfucker. And that's what Shadow Village is. It's not necessarily running from the darkness. It's being able to thrive through the darkness.
Like Bane says, you were molded by it.
Exactly.
There you go.
So our insignia basically is like a skull and cross swords. And essentially everybody looks at it like, oh man, that's really rock and roll. It's gonna scare off companies. Your clients might not like it. Yeah. And what the logo represents isn't necessarily that, that sense of danger. Just it more represents what a skull and crossbones is for. What's the purpose of the skull and crossbones? To warn you that we while we come off as these bubbly people who also have a dark side like you have, we're not gonna run from it. We acknowledge it 100%. We know it's there.
And we work with our shadows.
Exactly.
I dig it.
Exactly. So the companies have it actually structured to operate like the ranking system in Naruto.
No, of course I caught that. Of course.
Right. So we have Genins, we have Chunins. Jesse here is a Jonin. We have Kage candidates, and then we have official Kages.
Type shit, bro.
As it stands, we have. Hold on, I want to check. Cause I got to make sure I say them right. Cause I get kind of in depth with it. Cause what you put into the universe is what you get back. So I feel like the more you just dive in and just put like these little tidbits into the art, it just makes it that much more worth it for not just you, but the people listening to it. So when you get to tell the story, it's just it's just like, oh, okay, oh, that's cool.
You feel even more connected to the world that's being presented.
Exactly.
You're doing your own world building.
Essentially, actually, that's
lore.
That's exactly what I'm doing. All right, so we have me. I'm the Kuro Kage. Kuro Kage is basically just dark shadow, black shadow. And every Kage is gonna have like a Kage or like some type of theme to their Kage. So we have the Jonetsu Kage. That's the homie AG the motherfucking guy. Aries, Jonetsu Kage, and the Shinko Kage, which is DJ Pharaoh Sick.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and
shout out both of them. Shout
out my guys. Shout out my guys. Shout out everybody in Shadow Village, by the way.
Yes.
I'm gonna call you back, Em, I promise.
Shadow Village.
Hold on. There it is. Okay, so my Kage is basically stands for the darkness. AG's is for passion.
Okay.
And Tones is for loyalty and faith.
All right.
Very fitting.
Right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
okay.
With it.
And I have like I said, Kage candidates who would be basically working their way up to it. So they have their own thing too as they're developing and getting there when they want to get there. Because participation in Shadow Village 100% voluntary. No one has to be here. I make an effort every monthly video call to say, hey, remember this is voluntary. If you want to go, the door is always open. And I don't say it to make people feel like they're not wanted or I'm trying to push anyone out. I'm just making sure I remind you, like, hey,
just so it's clear.
If you don't want to be here, if you don't like what I'm doing,
it's no hard feelings.
None.
No, yeah.
I feel it and
I respect that approach. Of course.
For sure.
You can't hold people prisoner.
Nah, of course not.
Nah, for real.
And that's the thing. Like with Shadow, and that's the thing with Shadow Village. Like the whole purpose of it is just help people get better and be better, do better. That's all it's all about. Because like I said, it's a village cultivated in darkness, and I believe that a lot of people would agree that the act of taking a step into the darkness is an act of faith.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, because you're going in blind.
Exactly.
Like, and quite literally.
Exactly.
Like,
So that's really all it is.
On some
Just
Kingdom Hearts shit, like Riku at the start when he gets sucked into the darkness.
big facts. Big facts.
I'm a big dork. I gotta draw everything back to something like that.
All right, just don't judge me. Don't try to pull my nerd card for this. Never played Kingdom Hearts.
Ah,
see, I haven't yet either.
am I the only guy in this room who's played Kingdom Hearts? Brother, brother, who are you people?
That's the thing. I'm
People play it. But I
Get
haven't
out of my house. Nah.
damn fam.
Nah, it's on the list. It's on the list. You already know it's in
Nah,
the
facts. I
backlog.
mean, ain't
I
nothing to
had
get the
bug
emulator.
This guy for like 2 years to read Boruto, so now
Hey,
I gotta get on him about Kingdom Hearts.
Hey, if you
Or-
want to watch it, I don't. That's the thing. I don't hate the Boruto anime,
Mhm.
and a lot of people be talking down on it. Like, bro, it's literally like the first half of Naruto.
Pretty much.
it's it. But when the Blue Vortex start, when they animate that shit, oh, it's going down. Y'all go eat y'all
Bruh.
fucking words.
Let me tell you.
Bro, nah, I can't wait for that shit.
Not
to
gonna
get
spoil
animated.
nothing here, but basically,
Yeah, I'm still pretty early in
basically
Blue
the end
Vortex.
of part 1 of Boruto is like the best plot twist in the history of manga.
Man.
I'm struggling to think of any other contenders that are as crazy as what the fuck happens at the end of that shit. Because I didn't know that was possible. Like that's the
Right.
main thing.
They making
Like,
up shit and motherfuckers hate on it. Like, all right, so it's ninjas versus ninjas. Where did the aliens come from? Like, did you not finish
Did
Shippuden?
you not- right, literally.
They've been here, dog.
Like,
They've
they've been.
matter of fact, they've been here since
Since
the beginning.
before.
Bro,
Since
they
before
started
the
this shit.
beginning.
They're the whole reason
Like,
we got ninjas.
Nigga, you the reason. They the reason you got chakra, bro. Chill.
Like, nah, the way that they, yeah, I think it's really great to think that like something that was such an ass pool at the end of Shippuden could
Man.
turn into something so fucking great, and just like you would think it was thought out the entire time because of how it was able to line
And that's
up.
the thing.
Boruto low-key makes the end of Shippuden better. Like,
Facts.
Yes.
Shippuden on its own would be worse if Boruto wasn't a thing.
Because it really was an ass pool. Because especially after sitting there through the infinite Tsukiyomi
Yeah.
basic filler.
Bro, everybody was beat, bro.
They had the
It
niggas
was
as
over,
Power
like-
Rangers, bro. They was Power Rangers for what? For what?
Kankuro pulled out a whole mech and
Bruh.
was like, Shino had a giant beetle.
For no reason. They was
He
just killing
flying all
time. Like,
over.
all right, so what we
Bro.
gonna do, y'all? What we gonna do? All right, make them Power Rangers real quick while we figure something out to end the story.
Do a 10-10 filler arc. Fuck it.
What's
But you
he thinking of?
You know my favorite part about the ending?
Uh,
My favorite part about the ending is the fact that they won the fight against the big bad using the sexy jutsu.
Bro,
Bruh.
no, that's the
Yes,
most,
dude, the
that's the
callback
best
all
full
the way,
circle
yes.
thing.
Yes, the fact
Ever.
that shit worked in
Like-
order for them to get that, bro. Yes, that is actually great. Like, I will say one of my
Made me
favorite
watch
parts, like, was the
Naruto. That was the one thing that like made me watch Naruto was just to see why did he create the sexy jutsu? I was just like, why? I was just like, do they ever give that? Do
My
they
man
ever
seen
give
the
me
sexy
like
that?
jutsu
something
and said, "I gotta
useful.
investigate."
Like
Bro.
that was your perfect plan to come up with to be the master ninja. Was
bro.
No, but that's the
It works
thing.
on
One of
every
them
top tier in
things-
the verse. He knocked out the third
Exactly, 'cause
Okage
they're
with
never
that shit.
expecting that shit.
And
And they had a
Never
lore
expecting
behind it.
it.
They had a lore behind the sexy jutsu. It was the stronger the opponent, the more effective the sexy jutsu is.
That's
And
how-
also the more pervy.
Should have tried that shit on Madara. What?
Hey man.
No, but that's the thing. Like, it didn't just work on Jiraiya. It was effective as fuck on the third Hokage too.
Exactly. Like, bro,
One
even
shot the
Kakashi,
third Hokage.
even
It was
Kakashi
like they
found
couldn't even
himself like,
move.
oh shit.
Like they was done.
But we
Like-
know what he be reading.
Like they was like they was done. He turned into a little.
Kakashi, I read it too, bro.
Hey. Shit, I would read some
I got
That's
a tab.
crazy,
I got a
man.
tab open in incognito right now, just like you, Kakashi.
This is a goon-free podcast.
Oh man.
Oh, I love it.
Oh man, but yeah, so we got a lot of music coming out of Shadow Village, and I just want to give Jesse some time, or Uncle Jay some time to talk about himself and what he's working on, because he got a lot of stuff going on too, and I want to make sure
let's do it.
I want to make sure I'm doing a lot of things to highlight my homies. So here you go, bro.
Ah man,
I love to hear it.
first of all, thank you guys for having us. You
Thank
Oh,
you
of
for coming,
course.
man. We
It's a
welcome you
pleasure.
Yeah,
guys.
it's always a pleasure working with Ace. You know what I mean? Shadow Village, AG, everybody tone over there, Beezy Rollum. You know what I'm saying? A little bit Brighton.
Shout out Simone Rain.
Simone Rain, the poet. Yeah, killing it. Fire. Brighton,
Mhm.
movie.
Movie, you said?
Writing a
Me,
movie.
yeah.
See,
Short
I'm-
film.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Some heat.
Some heat.
Hey, I'm
Ooh.
trying to tell y'all, come mess with me.
Mhm.
Come mess with me. We gonna turn up.
Yeah, we
That
know.
type
We
shit.
know
Turn
you've had some
up.
good stuff coming.
But,
That thing you dropped on Valentine's Day was nice.
Yes.
Loved
Love
that.
that.
Yes.
Love
Yes.
that.
No, it's been fire coming out of Shadow Village.
Mhm.
You got anything specific coming in terms of music? You got any dates lined up? Any drops coming
As far as music, I will start dropping some music here in March.
in March?
March, we going.
March Madness.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right.
It's
Yes,
March
sir.
Madness,
Yes,
baby.
sir. You know it. You know it. Right before the women's basketball season start. I got a
Alright.
little
Yeah, see,
something.
it sound like y'all
We're
y'all
gonna
got
have
the
some
perfect cut for that
anthems.
too.
Yeah. And I'm
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to make a strip club anthem too. I'm on some
So this about to be your debut.
yeah,
like,
as
when-
far
when
as
the
like that
project
type,
comes?
as far as that, yeah.
Okay,
And then
okay.
working on the EP.
Okay, so
follow
we doing
that.
the EP to follow, or is
The
it
EP
bleeding
gonna
into
follow after I drop this little single.
it? Okay,
and try
okay.
to-
So we going
Try
all
to
right,
make
bet,
some
bet, bet.
waves.
See, I
Singles,
Yeah,
baby.
the
appreciate
EP
that
gonna
too,
come
because
right
that's
behind
like
it. I'm working on that right
right.
now.
Yeah, see, that's like a ode to like some throwback shit too, because it's like back in the day, which are you using like current day EP definition, or y'all using like the past definition? Because I still hold true to previous streaming. So yeah, based on if it's like about 30 minutes. I don't care if I put 12 songs on that fucker. If it take you less than 30 minutes to listen to it, that might be an EP.
Yeah,
All right.
It's definitely
Like
gonna take you less than 30
that's
minutes.
me.
It's gonna be 5 songs.
Okay, so
5 songs.
6 at the
it's
most.
like current standard kind of deal, but at the
6.
same time though, even them
6 at
5,
the
6
most.
songs, so if you run they runtime a little bit, it still
That's for
call
sure
that
a EP.
like that. I like I said, I still consider if it's about half hour listen to it, I can listen to it at least 2 full times through in an hour. That's an EP to me still. So
Yeah. It's gonna be about 5 songs, 6 at
A
the
lot of
most.
my albums end up sitting around like 48, like
that,
50 minutes.
but that right there is full length. You got to hit
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that.
Well, I feel like you don't want it. Like I've got one album that goes up over like an hour 15, and that
Yeah.
album's like 24 songs long. So
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
the
yeah.
point.
No, that's
So
the thing.
that-
Yeah,
Let me see.
Good.
I feel like when it comes to that, like with your standard LPs, it's more intimidating to see a long track list because you don't necessarily pay attention to the total runtime.
Mhm.
So you could have like a 45,
It could
50
still be hitting
hour
that
hour
45.
hour long album. But if as long
Mhm.
as it's like 13 tracks still, I'll probably listen to it.
Well, yeah, MF Doom used to do that shit. He'd have 25 songs on the album, but they're
I-
all a minute and 13
Yeah,
seconds.
bro.
Yeah, no, I
yes.
can't lie. I'm guilty of the long runtime and big track lists, but
Well, we be
nah,
making movies over
I've
here.
been
so
trying to
we be-
I've been trying to concise it a little bit since yours truly. I feel like for me personally, and I definitely want to let you continue, but just real quick on like the runtime thing. It's like throughout my whole like career of making and releasing and doing projects and whatnot, which I guess like subtle flex, I'm at like 37 of these bitches that I've released over time.
Okay, yeah.
But like the ones that I consider like official LPs and like actual albums, I've always wanted them to kind of align to tell something of a story. And I always
Yeah.
ended up like slotting in some more extra songs or like having to cut a few, and they'd end up hitting that like almost hour 20, filling a whole CD type of runtime. But it's like I kind of wanted to go through there because I've always wanted to make this up and down roller coaster thing.
Mhm.
And sometimes the story rounds back out to, more than likely probably rounds back out to some happy sounding ending or leave you on a cliffhanger kind of deal. So like I've always kind of enjoyed doing that and delivering like a full body of
Mhm.
work instead of just like, which like this doesn't apply to y'all, but like to people that kind of seem like this is what I made in the last year, and this is all I made in the last year. Here's 7, 8 songs. Here you go. You know what I mean? Or like here's 12 songs that don't even actually fully go together. Maybe like 3 or 4 of them in groups of 3 or 4, but I'm a mold an album out of it. Here you go, because this is all I've done in the last year.
See, that's the thing.
Like,
yeah.
and I feel like you kind of push. You know what I mean? And just keep making shit, because you never know what kind of like concept you can really birth out of having more
Exactly.
songs.
Mhm. But
Some
what's your
songs
thought?
might sound
'Cause,
like
that's
feel
what I
like
wanted. That's what I
filler,
wanted to say.
but it pieces in the story.
Yeah, but what's your thought?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Because I feel like when it comes to creating an album, there has to be some type of concept. Otherwise, I wouldn't even call it an album. If it's just a
Exactly.
collection of songs, it's a compilation, and that's perfectly fucking
And
fine.
that is fine.
That's absolutely fucking fine. Put a complication out. Call it a mixtape as much as you want. That's cool. You don't have to call
Which
it an
I
album.
got some of them too.
Oh yeah.
Like please,
even
like
with
as
even
a matter of
with
fact,
concept.
this is me begging y'all. Don't call it an album if you don't have a concept to the album. It's not an album. It's just a collection of songs. Okay, it's cool. It's perfectly fine.
Well, basically, like I feel that completely because I've got 11 projects that I've made since I was like 13, and every one of thank you, thank you, sir. And every one of them has a concept. And with me, the way that my writing process just works is I'm always contextualizing whatever I'm writing in terms of like the greater narrative of all of those projects together. So if I'm writing a song and it doesn't fit with the project I'm making, it'll either like get kicked down the road or it'll just get thrown out. I don't really do like Lucy's like that. Like
Yeah.
Like,
Which
uh,
we gotta get you on some Lucy's.
Them
'cause
Lucy's
having
probably
Lucy's
could
in a
turn
vault
into
is
film soundtrack songs
something.
and stuff
you
like
see,
that.
I'm
You
telling
feel
you,
me?
having a
let 'em
Lucy
go.
vault is
A lot of time, I have a lot of shit that just never sees the light of day because I'm always so album focused. I'm always so focused.
he is
on,
very
like,
concise though.
like
I will say.
I'm like Tarantino with this shit because I
Hell
try
yeah.
to like I'm working on the project I'm working on, and
Minus the foot fetish.
minus that I'm not exactly like Tarantino.
I'm not against
But-
the feet, but I don't necessarily want the feet.
Different folks,
I ain't
you
feeding
know?
for the foot.
But I'll tell you,
The feet are pretty. It's extra.
it's like having nice drapes in your house.
right.
you know? Hey, it's nice. It's not a necessity.
No facts.
But yeah, it's like every time I'm making an album, I'm focused on making a movie, on making this is the kind of shit I'm working on for this particular project. And if it doesn't fit, I'll kick it down the line until it goes with something.
I feel like
Or I'll just like get rid of it.
I will say too, one thing that you're good at, which like I'll admit, a couple of the songs from Beauty and the Beat came from they were initially his tracks and they got remolded and reworked into becoming full like collaboration Beauty and the Beat tracks. So like
I already told you
that
about. I
was
had
lit.
the album Exhale. That was 24 songs long, longest
Kobe.
project I've ever made. Thank you. And I probably actually wrote something like 45 songs for that fucking album. And some of them became
Jordan.
Some of them became some of them became Beauty and the Beat stuff. Some of them became like stuff I still haven't put out. Some of them I just got rid of, you know. But that album, I was just fucking cranking them out, dude. Like it was just like
Yeah,
I was
you had a
like
lot to
my
say. It
machine.
sound like
Yeah. No, that album was special. But when
XL
it
is
comes to
special.
your EP that you're working on right now,
Yes.
Yes,
how would
sir.
you describe like the sound of it? Like what kind of music?
Well, first
should
of
we
all,
expect here?
We already heard that
concept
you got like
is
what that strip
mixed
club
emotions.
anthem.
It's called
So,
Mixed Emotions.
You said what?
Mixed Emotions.
Mixed
Mixed
emotions.
emotions,
So
I
you
Okay.
like
got
that.
Okay.
so you got Uncle Jay who like to go to the club, and then you got Uncle Jay who been dealing with heartbreak. So
Okay,
you got
Okay.
it's a lot in
and
between
it sounds
there.
like that. It's like
It's
a
a lot
direct
in
connection
between
there. 'Cause
there.
that's like a vice, especially if you're dealing with heartbreak and you're trying to find that like something to fill the void in there too. The strip club and you know what I mean. It's like look, let me. I get it. I understand that
Yes,
connection
sir.
there and how
So,
those
you
are
know,
already
so-
aligned too.
So I don't know about crime, but you know, yeah, might
Nah,
have a good
right?
time.
Nah, I fucks with that
But
already.
yeah, you know, I got my house some poets on there. Some of the guys gonna be on there, and you know, I'm looking
Hell yeah.
for probably about 2 to 3 more
You
people
said
I
two
had
to
my
three more.
people.
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Wink, wink, hint,
Okay,
hint.
okay.
Nah,
You
we
know,
can
yeah,
we can
because you know,
fill two
yeah, because
two
you know,
two to
like
three
I
of those
said, I'm
spots.
also
Two
a
out of three ain't
fan.
bad.
So I'm also a fan of this. I'm also a fan of music too. So
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
so I'm like, I'm out there. I got stuff too, but I'm like, I'm listening to everybody else too. Like, hey man, I like that. I like, you know what I'm saying. So it just
Oh, of
make
course.
my whole gears up here get to ticking because I
See,
already write and create stuff. So
That's
it'd
one of
be
my
like,
favorite things
you
about
know what I
going to
mean.
these shows
So
and shit is hearing people
it's
I've
yeah,
never
just
heard
that
before.
right there
this
is how I
this
do
could
it.
be the next melting pot, like how everybody in Detroit started linking together and
Yeah.
doing stuff. People in Atlanta,
Hmm.
people in New York, California, where you know what I'm saying, wherever they was at,
Yeah.
and there was
See, that's
big
how I think
groups
about
of
this shit all the
artists
time, man. Is
that
because
came out. You know what I'm
it
saying?
feels like we have all this talent in the city, and it feels like part of the problem is we all don't network effectively with each other enough. Like if we all were
And
building each other up and being in each other's corner instead of treating it like competition,
For
right,
sure.
because like
shit would
we've
be a
all
lot
kind
more
of clicked up
productive.
and clicked out into like different cliques and shit, but it's like I feel like not enough of the cliques are clicking with each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Yeah, that's
and we need more of
we
that.
I'm working on that this year, and I'm trying
Nah, for
to.
real. Cause
I
hell,
got an
you'll hear it
idea.
here
I'm
first.
trying
For
to.
real, I think for real, Shadow Village and All Black Hearts probably put something together like a cool, dope fucking project.
That would be
And
Yeah,
I mean, I
yeah.
feel like we probably dropped the beans a little bit before. If not, then here's a quick exclusive too, because we're working on the All Black Hearts whole collective project
Hell
too, like
Hmm.
already. So maybe we could kind of like coincide a little something and get a Shadow Village like working with
Heck
it.
yeah. Heck yeah.
You need beats, you need bars.
I mean, we
Another.
probably just let us all kind of come
I
together
would
and
just
think about
say,
it, but like it'd probably be like
Work on
a
some shit.
full.
I'm definitely trying to get more into making like music videos and stuff because I've been at this shit like I said since I was like 13. Never had a music video. Never.
I am
oh yeah,
sorry
we're
because
about to
I should
change
get you
that.
something.
We're about to change that, and you heard
Especially
it
when
here
I've done all
first.
my own music videos.
Let
I
me
should
tell
be
you like
getting
this.
something.
The way it reads on my professional Facebook page, I am 222 songs deep.
Hmm.
I have 3 music videos.
See, and you,
Yeah.
it's like
It's
with
tough.
so many
Like it's
songs,
tough
it's
to
just
get
like
together. You know what I
Bro,
mean?
you
It's
know.
that,
it's like
and
a
it's like not
commitment.
every. I feel like, which I see nowadays, people are going back to that kind of just like quick do it yourself aesthetic, and I love it. That's great, but like check out when my last music videos were done, and check out the aesthetic of them and who did them. That was me doing that do yourself kind of
Right.
look and feel to it, and I've slowed down because like I like that kind of. I'm almost vlogging while I make a music video feel, which I do
Mhm.
kind of want to projectively keep doing in a way, but also evolve because like
Yeah.
it's something that's kind of easy to do, and now you could just cap a cut on your phone and do something that's pretty similar versus me spending the
Trying.
hours of idea. I like this spot. How am I gonna do it when you could just stand on the corner and
Man, I will throw
real
throw
quick.
See, I'm
regular
trying to.
footage into a vlog generator on CapCut so fast.
Hmm.
See, and it's
It's
just
easy.
like it's so
Yeah, I'm
it's
still-
so easy.
I'm
Exactly. And
still.
it's like it's so easy. So it's like I've been trying to really think of a way to push past that and like I said, kind of evolve that vlog video style into something like whatever's next.
Right.
And we've kind of started working on storyboarding for a video that we're gonna do here
I was about
soon.
to say
And
that's
I
what
mean that's gonna kind of be
The word storyboard makes my
yeah,
Woo!
yeah,
Ooh, say it
exactly.
again.
So it's like I want to, like I said, evolve that vlog video
Yeah.
style into something that is a little bit more storyboarded
Yeah,
driven,
yeah.
and see what we make out of it. So I'm hoping that that first video will be my first video
yeah.
doing getting back into it after a
Yeah.
few years, and it'll be also
It
I'm
feels
doing
like
it
a
for
good time
someone
for
else
me to
as well,
start
so.
tackling like the visuals too, because
And
like
just let me know what
my
song
first
you're
10
trying to do.
projects, that's all kind of like one story, like one big
Mhm.
arc. And I'm kind of trying to start like a new era here with this
Yeah.
new project a little bit. And I
A
think having
visual
some
show your
visuals
face
to
era.
go along with it
Yeah.
would, help out.
Hmm. Hey, let's
But,
do it.
uh,
I'm all for the
mhm.
growth.
And I will shoot it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I will shoot
Yeah,
it.
no, that's convenient having a blood relative who can just do that shit.
I will shoot it. I'm trying to tell you that. And I love making. I like making videos that like it might be a lightweight, short little film. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Oh,
Give it
yeah.
a story with it. Especially if the song, you know what I'm saying, we can make something of it. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cause I'm just let me go. When I drop bounce, it's gonna be warm
All right, so
outside.
that's
It's gonna
the
be
the
it's gonna
strip
be
club. Is that the strip
outside.
club anthem? That
We
bounce
gonna
right there.
be we gonna be on the
I'm
basketball
looking out for
court.
it.
We got
We
bounce
gonna be in the
from Mixed
basketball
Emotions
court.
dropping real
We
soon.
gonna
All
be in somebody club. I'm trying to get my peoples to come out, my the fellas, the ladies,
right.
and
So
we gonna be
for
in there
shooting the
dancing.
video for it,
Yeah, we gonna be in there. It's gonna be
let
a
us
party
know.
too.
Oh yeah,
Let
let
us
It's
us
gonna
know.
be a
Yeah,
party
let us
too.
know.
let
This
us know.
gonna
We
be
gonna
a
be there.
like a yeah. This gonna be. I'm
It's
trying
gonna be
to
bouncing.
yeah
Bounce
bounce that
it.
booty like a basketball.
Short, tall, skinny, thick, fat or small. It don't matter, girl. Shake it. We gonna have a ball.
Hey, for real. Hey, it's gonna be up that day.
That ain't the truth.
Like we like I want everybody in there dancing because we shooting the video. I'm gonna be behind the camera, and everything, because that's gonna be part of the video too. Because at some point, I'm gonna have somebody come up and take the camera and turn it around and you know what I'm
And,
saying?
then-
Yeah.
and make
Yeah,
you
you
go
feel me? Yeah, and
from
make me
the
get twerked
videographer
on.
to the art.
Yeah, you
Like,
know what I'm
hey,
saying?
man,
It's
this
gonna
is
be
your
like
video
something
here. I'll
back
take the
That's
camera.
it.
I like
when
that.
the Ritz was jumping and people was out there really dancing and twerking, or like even into high school days,
That's
you know, getting twerked on in the show. The chaperone got to come and break y'all up. I'm talking about that kind of twerking. Yeah, I'm trying to take them back.
Oh
Trying to
yeah,
take them
hell
back.
yeah.
But yeah, look
that
out.
sounds
We
like
got
a
a
great
casting
time.
call coming up
Okay.
for the short film. Got a project.
Can
We
you
just
give?
had
Can
And
you?
does the short film can you give any details about that? Does it
That's
have a
just what I was about
title?
to ask. Yeah.
well, it's a trauma film. It's
Okay.
Mhm.
about 3 different families. The child of from those 3 different families, they come together. Boom, incident happens where they run into the law,
Okay.
trouble with the law, and they got to come together and overcome their personal demons that they deal with because of the family situations that they have.
Right. Okay.
Is in a type of catalyst to change those generational curses.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I
I
really
fucks
mess with
I
that.
fucks with that.
I really
Alright.
mess with that.
So yeah.
And you said you're casting for that right now.
Yes, we are going to be casting for that. We're gonna need 3 nice looking young people.
Who
that
are
can- you know, what I
up
mean?
to the task. Finding good child actors can be difficult sometimes.
No, it doesn't even. No, we're not going child actor role. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You can be older and play this role as long
Right.
as you can pull off. This is your last year of high school,
Okay.
and
Type
Okay.
shit.
which shouldn't be that hard to do because Grease. Grease.
I might
If
be-
you ever
I
watch
might
the
be
movie
beyond the
Grease,
threshold
there's
for
no
that,
way. There's no way. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no way John Travolta was a teenager in that movie Grease. I'm just saying. You know, it was
They
guys
were
that was
honestly
bald
that
and
was
everything.
egregious.
To be fair, teenagers in the 80s look like they had 401ks. That's just
I mean, type shit though.
Yeah.
I don't
well,
know what
yeah,
GMOs
yeah,
they put
yeah.
in the food, but
Yeah.
I still look like I'm 15 and I'm gonna
Hey,
be 30
I still
in a
get
couple
carded,
years.
and I'm 41.
Hey man,
So
Phew,
That's Unc right there.
I'm just.
that's Unc status.
That's what I'm saying. Uncle J.
No
J. you
shade,
feel
no
me?
shade. We're all
Nah,
Uncs.
for real.
We're
Uncle
all
J.
Uncs over
Yeah,
here.
Uncle J.
It's the Unction down here.
Yeah, the unction. The unction. The unction. Dang, you might have. Hey, you might have to coin that one. You might have to coin that one, brother.
Gotta trademark that.
Man,
That's a
the
Nick Swisher.
unction, not the function. The unction.
Oh shit, man.
Put that on one of your shirts.
Oh, man.
Put that on one of your
Yeah.
shirts.
How many grills do you see at the Unction, bro? How many?
Yeah. Hey, I think. Hey, y'all heard it here first.
I need to start.
Hey, y'all heard it here
shit.
first.
Start like rocking a fedora and one of those button-up bowling shirts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey.
Get one of them big
Swisher
Dominican
has did it.
cigars.
Yeah.
That's
nah,
the next Unction.
Hey, the way I'm talking, I'm about to get me a sword cane.
Hey, bring it back, cause I still want to do the players ball as well.
Oh,
I'm trying to do that in September
the players
when I
ball.
turn 42.
Hell yeah.
So that'll be the end of September.
Okay.
So
yeah.
we
we
got
keep
plenty
a-
of time to orchestrate that, and I got
Yeah,
some
we keep an ear
projects
and eye
gonna
out
come
for
out
that, too.
before then that hopefully
A lot of build up
a
to it.
segue into
Yeah.
it. So you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Something real
Alright.
nice.
Okay, okay.
Hell
Definitely
yeah,
Real
a-
nice.
wow.
We might turn it into a film.
No, yeah, I like the
I like
cinematic mindset
something
that
like
you
Hard
bring.
Nah,
Harlem
for
I
real.
was a
Nights.
digital media student when I went to Butler Tech and everything, so like a
It'll
lot
be-
of what I think of is in terms of like cinema and movies and stuff like that. And I like that you bring that same kind of mentality. That's why I think
my
creatively
first
we
little-
mesh. You know, I
That's
think
my
we've all
first
kind of got
little
that same
film.
background sort of idea of like, we're all inspired by stories in general. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I've said that on here before that, to me, whether you're doing music or you're writing stories or you're making movies, it's all about crafting characters, about making a story, about translating your emotions through like an avatar. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah,
you're
yeah,
crafting
yeah.
a character. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Mhm.
And I respect the fuck out of both of your creative process, what you guys bring to the table. I'm really impressed.
Nah, for real.
I
I
uh
second that.
Hey, because
and
when
it's
y'all
been really
performed,
cool linking.
that was my first. No, let me say this. That was my first time. No, second time seeing my cousin perform. The first time was at an open mic when we
Yeah,
was
you
down
were there.
there at the
When, at
place.
the one where you invited me
Was
to,
at
where I
the
did Bowman and
place.
Vegeta.
But
All type
that
shit,
past
yes.
that past show, I'ma just say, both of y'all, I was like, hey, what is this? Even Tone, even the
Oh, yeah,
DJ, DJ ran the song back. Damn near messed him up. With his, I'm like, bro, just let it go. I'm
Nah,
like, just
for
let
real.
it go. You
Hey,
feel me?
just thinking
Hey,
on
I
that
remember.
too. It was
Yeah.
funny because that whole day I was indecisive as fuck about what I was gonna perform. Right? I
Yeah.
remember even telling him at the last minute I was like, I think I'm doing this, and I was confident in it too, and I was great. I got my start off just right,
Yeah,
and then the
and then he hit
DJ
it
was
back.
like, "Hey, wait, that was cold. I was fucking with that." And I said, "Yeah." So like, and I'm, in my mind, I'm like, "Yeah, me too. I wanted to keep it going. You just
Yeah. Like, what? Hold on, man.
Fuck his whole flow up.
Yeah.
had me second guessing myself. He hyped my head up right before, and I was like, "Bro, nah, I gotta stay humble right before I do this stuff. You can't hype me up right before. Hype me up after."
Yeah. Whole performance changed. I was like, man, was going in.
Star just yet.
But yeah.
The lights
Anybody
got
out
too
there that's
bright.
listening, if you do films, the Avondale Film Festival is gonna be coming up.
Okay.
The submissions, they open up submissions March 5th, and then they
See?
close June 16th. So you got from March
March,
5th
June.
to June to create something that's under 30, you know what I'm saying, under 45 minutes long, under 30 minutes long.
I don't
something
wanna-
real
Right,
quick,
aspiring filmmakers
you know what I'm
out there, be
saying,
aware.
and submit it.
Yeah,
And-
nah, y'all
and
look
it
out
might
for
be
that.
one of the
I'll try
ones
to
that
get
they
in
show
one.
on October 11th.
Yeah,
Know
see,
what I
I'll try
mean?
to get
So,
in one here in a
yeah.
couple of years. That's all I'm gonna say about what I'm doing as far as a movie goes.
I'm trying to have about 4 or 5 submissions in.
Sheesh. Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
dude.
So yeah,
man, look, that shit is
That's hustle
crazy.
grind right
You
there.
trying to turn up the
exactly.
juice.
Hell yeah.
2025, we got to turn
Oh
it
yeah,
up.
2025 is a big year. We all got a lot of stuff coming.
Yeah, nah, y'all know. Look, I don't know who all is like into numerology and shit. I'm into like a lot of different shit, but like 2025, bro, that's 9.
Yeah,
That's a cycle.
yeah.
This is a cycle completion year, bro. So it's gotta be lit. You know what I mean? Like whatever
We
you're
been-
doing to solidify it, no matter if it's like a takeoff year or not, everything you're doing right now is setting the seeds for your next
For sure.
cycle, and
For sure.
all it's gonna do is grow. So it's
For
like,
sure.
bro, it's
We
a great
been
year
because
to
we
be
just came
tackling.
through a couple trial years and
I think we might have a few more ahead of us. We might have a few-
Cause hey, I know it's been some testing times, boy. Cause for real, everything jumped
Ever since 2020, man, I fell down
20
a portal. I don't know what happened. Oh,
2017, 2018 for me.
yeah.
So you know,
Mhm.
it's been a hurricane, but I knew that it was like the other side of the storm, because you know
Mhm.
how you get to the eye,
Yeah.
and that's where everything good, but you still
You
gotta.
still gotta
It's
get
another part of that
through.
storm that
Yep.
just passed you. That's over here. So you know, shit. That's what 2018 through 2024 was.
Type
So
shit. I fucks with that
2025, we coming
analogy.
up out of there. We're gonna shake ourselves off. You know what I mean? And we gonna get to this
Like a
money
wet
that's out
dog. Just.
there. Yeah, we gonna get to this money out there.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Yes, no, I fucks with the vision, man. It sounds like it's mapped out like very well. I love the way that you hell, even just telling us like about the short film that you got, like you gave us great detail to really get us in there without spoiling nothing. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, I'm
So it's
looking
like
forward to it.
I wanna check this out. Like,
Mm.
what's gonna happen? I get what are they gonna do? Like, what's their personal demons
I
gonna
gotta hit
be
that
in the
film
midst of
festival
this?
so
Like,
so we
you
can
know what I mean?
get
Like,
ready for
are
it.
they
Nah,
are they
he
gonna
just
learn
pissed
their
me off a little
lesson
bit because now I
and
feel like
come
I gotta
through? Like,
complete my short
I,
film
I fucks
faster.
with that. I fucks with that, man. You got me excited. You really got me excited.
Hey, we
Mm.
definitely gonna do it.
Oh yeah, nah, for sure, for sure. Cause I got a short film I want to develop too. I'm not gonna say too much about it right here. I'll explain more once we wrap.
Type shit. Type
But
shit.
I'll give you guys, I'll give everybody like a decent pitch of
Okay.
sorts,
Okay.
right? So imagine the vibe of the Sixth Man and Juice
Okay.
with similar situations towards a 8 Mile and Paranormal Activity.
That's a lot of ingredients. Hang on.
No, exactly,
Wait
exactly,
a
exactly.
second though.
But it's always about the balance of how much
Oh
you
yeah,
use
yeah.
Right.
it.
No, I'm trying to think how these things add together.
Right,
I'm
no,
trying.
so wait, so when I show you, be like, oh my god, this might be fucking dope.
Oh
I
yeah, no,
can.
I'm thinking
I can
about it.
fucks with that. Even just like thinking about how me and you are like alike, I could think about that because like growing up, I've had I haven't I don't think I've really opened up about it a lot, but like I've had a lot of like paranormal experiences and
Uh-huh.
shit growing up. Uh, one of the earliest that I remember, we uh we had this one dog spot got stolen or some shit.
Oh damn.
A little bit later, we ended up getting a puppy, a German Shepherd named Smokey. And I remember on the first night that we had Smokey, we were playing like hide and seek together, right?
Right.
So I went into the bathroom while it was pitch black dark, but I saw full two outlines of like just figures right there. And it just spooked me so quick when I turned the light on, they flashed. It was gone. I had to go to the bathroom no more. I just ran straight
Right.
to the bathroom and went to bed.
And
Or,
that piss went
you
right
know,
back up in the bladder.
and around that time, I was like 9-ish, 8, 9.
Mhm.
So that was like my first time. Flash forward like a few years later, I live in Monroe and I'm like going through like some shit almost all the time where it's
Mm.
like shit would go flying across my room from on top of like my stereo set and shit that was
Mm.
set up. It would be calm, neat, all like for the longest time
Right.
until like just certain how the fuck like
Mhm.
certain random shit like that. So like I'd experience shit all the time. So it's like even just thinking about that mindset, I believe in like other life forms and things. I'm like a this real weird mixed bag of beliefs that almost contradict each other.
Right.
But I can line a good amount of logic between these things that I believe to kind of structure them.
Right.
So it's like really thinking about that 8 Mile, Sixth Sense, paranormal activity with
No, not Sixth Sense. The Sixth Man.
Sixth Man.
Sixth Man.
Okay.
Marlon Wayans.
Okay, okay,
Basketball.
and some juice, and some juice. I can kind of, I
Right,
can, yeah,
right. When,
I
when, I,
can
when I
see
show it to y'all gonna be like, oh,
that.
oh.
Right, like really trying to. Nah, I fucks with that. I fucks with that. Nah, I'm definitely looking forward to hearing some more about that too.
Hell yeah.
Nah, and I'll show you. I'll let you know about like how I said. Give me like a couple years or some shit for as far as like once we wrap. I'll tell you a little bit more about like
Right.
something that I've been kind of mapping out. I got to get back on it on the little board and shit.
Hell
And find
yeah.
some more shit, but
While you're
yeah,
playing, I think we are pretty close to wrapping here.
yeah.
Um.
I mean,
Wait, before we go, I got
Oh
music
well,
coming. I
well,
got.
I
yeah,
was
no, no,
going
no,
to say.
yeah,
I was going to say
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
before
Continue,
we
because
wrap anything
also
up.
I do want to hear a little bit more from you too. We got a little bit more of like I mean, honestly, we got a really good starting journey for sure. We got how
Yeah.
things are going with the ranking system, which I think that shit is cool as fuck, bro. Like I just man, look, there's I think there's something great about having like multiple creatives and just creative people kind of come together, link up, and just talk about like what they do. Because like there's this beautiful thing that just sparks up inside of you where you just feel inspired.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
and
Being with people who get it.
Like
yes,
I feel like when I create with other creators, it's like Robert Rodriguez and Tarantino
Hmm.
coming together.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
mhm.
No, you see,
you know what I'm
it's
saying? Like
it's
it'd be
especially
like that
great
type
'cause,
of
like,
thing. Like you know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
totally,
Like,
that-
man, it's
that's how I
about to
think of
be off the chain now. Like he was already hot. I was already cut, but then put our minds together. I'll be like, oh my God. Like
Nah,
them be
for
the
real.
ones where I'll be kinda geeking
Mhm.
where I gotta be quiet.
the single we working on.
Yeah, I gotta
Mhm.
be quiet. Like I gotta be quiet. Like I'll say too much. I'll say too much. Somebody might try to take the idea, but I'll be like, yeah, man, this about to be fire.
Nah,
This
nah.
about to be fire.
You
I
see, and
feel
that's
that.
one of my favorite things about it is like to me, the whole nature of hip hop, almost more than like any other genre, is that sense of like community that you get
Yes.
from it. That sense of like all of us are after the same thing, all of us might see it in a different way, but it's all about the competition, but also the community and the building each other up
Fuck the
aspect.
competition.
Yeah,
Community
yeah,
and
yeah.
See,
Well, when I say
collaboration.
competition,
what's
I mean
not
in terms of like me and Stamai,
because
for instance.
Right.
Like,
I
for
say
instance,
that we
like
would
when we
have
get
like
on a
a
track together,
Right.
sometimes
Oh,
he'll spit some shit, and I'll
Yeah.
be like, "Oh,
yeah,
that shit
make
I'm
you-
writing is not cutting the mustard."
Yeah,
like,
make you
I
yeah,
can't
let
make
me
you step
let
it
me
up.
adjust
Yeah.
some
that
of these
bad.
And
lines a little bit. That's a good friendly
that's
competition there.
how I engineer. Cause I might be working with you on the song and then you'll be doing something and then I the whole time I'm writing the whole verse. I'm writing the verse myself. Just to just to
Just to
have it,
have
just
it,
in
yeah.
case. You know what I'm
And
saying?
people
Just in
people
case.
don't understand that too,
Like
because like
just
I
in
went with
case.
I won't name drop, I guess, but a pretty popular artist here in the Cincinnati scene. I took him to a session. This was like a few years back, and it was with another pretty well known ish person in the scene. And they was working on a track together, and me being engineer, creative, I'm doing all this. I'm like, yeah, I'm a write a verse too. So I just
Yeah.
let them know like straight up like
Yeah.
I'm fucking with this. I'm gonna write a verse too.
Man.
If I
just
spit
in
it, if I don't,
case.
just in case, I'm just letting y'all know.
I'm over here
Like
Yeah.
where I've just like had to do it, and then there's been
Man.
like a lot of times where it's like I've ended up a feature while I was like engineering, and I would host sessions like a lot, and I'd end up being a feature just because like on the spot I'm like, hey. I'm fucking with this. Can you got
Yeah, 'cause
space on this?
sometimes-
Let me
hey,
just
sometimes- yeah, you feel me?
Bogart.
right now,
Man.
I would Bogart myself right onto a track. Be like, I give you the discount,
Oh,
homie,
oh,
if you let me
See,
hop
look,
on this right now.
you better than me, cause I will hold if you book a session with me and I enjoy your track and I know you don't necessarily have the space on me for the track. Believe you me, I have a hidden remix somewhere. It's already recorded. It is already recorded.
He's never told you about it. It's just in his computer,
Just
but
know,
he has that shit.
just know at some point, I don't know if it's gonna be this year or when. Well, it's gonna be some point this year. Just know, there's gonna be a project I put out where I'm rapping over all the Shadow Village beats, all the
Ooh.
songs that they
See,
already got
I
out.
like
Like,
that
'cause
idea. There
it's
was
just like a Lil Wayne type of thing,
Yeah.
but on my own label mates.
On some dedication.
No.
mistake
You gotta call
shit.
that
Man.
that's what you gotta call the unction.
that
The
is-
The unction.
That's the
Hey,
unction.
we
Oh,
need
yeah,
we
we
found
need
it.
5
Yeah, I'ma
cents
have to
for
have Nick.
every sale.
I'm gonna have to put Nick on
But-
that one.
Man, nah, because there was the
I get a
idea.
writer's
All right,
credit.
see, man, when Nick and I like was first really linking up to like make music and shit, there was like more of us, and we were kind of separated amongst like 2 different cliques for real.
Mhm.
And man, there was this idea. Nick did this song called Anything,
Okay.
so I hopped on Anything. Nick had done this song called what was it? It was You and Your Cousin, and then Kurt had hopped on a remix of that, and that shit was fire. And we were gonna basically do this thing
Trying to
where
think.
all out of the 3 of us would just remix one of
Yeah.
each other's songs
Yeah.
and just fucking rip that shit.
Yeah.
Man, we never finished
It just
doing
never
that.
Y'all gotta
happened.
but
do it. Y'all gotta do it now. Y'all gotta do it.
We got different
Man,
puzzle
that's
pieces,
what that
but we
shit
can still put the puzzle
reminded
do
me
together.
it.
of. Is that right there? How
That's-
we were just
Mhm.
picking off of
That's
from
a
each other's
project
songs
in
and was
itself
gonna
right
do that
there.
shit.
That's a
Man,
project in
Oh,
itself.
yeah.
man,
I got
love the sound of that.
That's a big thing
man.
I'm trying to get into more is like collab. Like I haven't done a lot of feature verses in my day,
Mhm.
but I'm trying to like collaborate with a lot of different artists this year too. Like I want to get on stage more. I want to collaborate with more people, and I got
this,
2 different albums I'm trying to get out. So
and this is why I say I love that because
One of
once we start
competition.
putting these festivals together and we got a lineup of 20 artists that's on the lineup, but guess what? All these 20 artists work with each other.
hmm
Mhm.
So, any given
So it's
moment of the
all
set,
fam.
anyone can just hop
anybody
up
could be
and
up there that's on the thing already. So you might see a person, three folks, you know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
we all about to be
hmm
getting this work in. We all about to be getting on this stage. We all about to,
you
you know
see,
what
it
I
is
mean? And it's
interesting.
just gonna
There's
be
a little
bigger.
contrast there where there's a lot of y'all in Shadow Village,
Yeah,
and
see,
there's
and that's
only like
another thing too. I'm
4
like,
of
I
us.
gotta,
There's
got some work to do. Get this roster up a little bit.
nothing
Hold
wrong with
on. Look at
having a
me. Look
tight
at me.
knit
Hey,
group.
look at me. No, you don't. No, the fuck you don't, bro.
See,
Like,
that's
that
how.
This
is
shit
too
is
much work.
stressful. You feel me?
Nah, I do. I definitely do. Anytime I have a fucking hard drive issue, bro, I am scared for my motherfucking life. Not just for me, for his sake.
This man
For
thought he lost. This man thought he lost my whole
bro.
album like a month ago, and
Broke
I was
down.
on
What?
I was on
Broke
the
down.
phone with him
I was
like it was
scared,
like I got
bro.
the phone call on 9/11. Like I was like, what do you mean?
Right?
What do you? Oh, oh,
Shit be
oh
hurting.
God.
So it's like if I had more people shit to
Mm,
have to manage all the, oh my god, bro.
Bro, and fuck nigga, and fuck the content you have to manage. It's the personalities, it's the egos,
That
it's
too.
the
It's
identities.
the people wanting to take your woman.
Yeah, shit. I wish a motherfucker would.
You got to drop a motherfucker off the label and make a whole diss EP on
I
him.
wish a motherfucker would. See, we don't
I'm
already
not
had a
speaking from
mishap like that
experience or
before.
nothing. Man, nah, don't read too deep in my lyrics, guys.
Disclaimer: allegedly.
All crimes are alleged until proven true in a court of
Until
law.
proven.
Just like that. Just like that.
Oh,
All right, but yeah,
man.
because I know we do have to wrap soon, and I got to make sure I touch on these 2 projects that I have coming.
Oh, of
Yes,
course. I was
please,
about to
please.
say anything else y'all got to plug.
Wait. Right before we do
Wait,
that, I
wait,
wanted
wait,
to touch
wait.
on the competition thing one more time.
Okay.
Because for me, I get again that friendly competition when we like right there writing together, working on the track. I fucks with that all the time.
That
It helps
Goku
me
and
just
Vegeta
you
in
know
the
what I
time
mean.
chamber
Just
shit.
yep,
Right,
I'm a
right.
power up real quick too. Fuck it. I always fucks with that. Them times when I'm like just feeling it and I'm like I'm a bombard myself onto the song. It's almost like a competitive nature with that too in a way. Um, Over time, the whole super competitive vibe has grown into really kind of just trying to best myself. But like
Yes.
as Nick can attest, I've been in like these beefs and shit where it's like I've had to also stand my ground and be very competitive. And
Yep.
I mean, people don't be making it out the other end sometimes. So it's like,
Like, see,
I,
this is what you
so
wanted,
it's like
right?
I
This is-
have to. I
You're asking
also
for it.
always like respect that competitive nature that's always going to live and thrive into hip hop because even
Right.
though it's not a place in myself that I like to pull from all the time, and especially nowadays, ah, does it feel good sometimes when you
Yeah,
pull from that space and you just really
you get to
show
let it out.
yes, like this been building up, motherfucker. You said the right thing. I get to let it all out on
Let's
you.
go.
sometimes it
Cool.
feels good to be mad.
It
Sometimes
does. It's just
it's
being able
okay.
to
Especially when it's
transmute that into
justified.
something.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love the
Yes.
movie Inside Out because sometimes
Oh
your
my God, I
negative
fucking love
emotions-
Inside Out so goddamn
sometimes
much.
your negative emotions
Has a
are
point.
very necessary and just
Yes.
let them flow, man.
Mhm.
And one of those is anger. So
I have the
if somebody
most.
pisses you off, right? Go ahead and let them know. Go ahead.
I have
Get
the
it.
most unhealthy crush on anxiety. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just feel like I get her.
Hey.
You see, disgust is like
Hey, I like that. Bro.
I don't care how she looks. I just understand her.
I get it. She probably cleans up nice. Right now, she's dealing with something. She's always dealing with something.
She is always dealing with something.
Oh shit.
Let me tell you.
But
Oh man.
yeah, nah. Please proceed.
Oh yeah. So, I got 2 projects dropping this year. I got 1 EP,
Okay, okay.
and the album. The EP is called Love Hater Recovery. Because I mean it's
Love, hate, or recovery.
Love
Like
Hater.
Love hater recovery.
Okay,
Love
okay,
Hater Recovery. So the
okay.
Love Haters, it was a series that I started what feels like eons ago.
Right.
But I was rapping, I was doing my thing, and I was like, I'm kind of getting tired of this bar shit. I didn't even want to be a rapper for real. I wanted to sing. So I'm gonna do that.
Type shit.
And Love Hater Recovery is essentially almost like a compilation of songs that I've been developing since I came up with that idea. You know, like, you know what?
Right.
I'm gonna try to figure out this singing shit for myself.
No, I feel that. I fucks with that too. It's like you can when it comes to like experimenting and like finding your voice. I don't know if you feel in this same boat, but like for me, it's so much. I can show off that I can sing when I'm singing someone else's song. that I know.
Exactly.
But when
Dog,
it comes to
I
me
sound like
showing off
shit
that
when
I
I
can
try to sing something I wrote, but if I can just hear another
Yes.
guy sing it first,
Man,
for some
Yeah.
reason it just hits different.
I make
I
songs
be
where
hitting
I'm
them Usher
singing
notes.
and I have to record them.
like the
and
Usher
they don't
Superstar,
see
I could
shit.
do that perfectly
Exactly,
fine.
bro.
Perfectly fucking fine.
Childish Gambino, I got that shit.
Bro,
I got that shit.
And it's too like I've realized to a point too that I've stopped singing out loud as much, which has made me start to lose some of the range. So I'm just like, motherfuck, now I gotta like sit here
and practice it.
sing out loud. And it's like a weird
Nerve-wracking, bro.
struggle, bro. And then it's like recording a song that's mine that I wrote that I don't feel like I can sing all that well, just so I can hear it and listen to it
Right.
for months and learn it and come back to it and try to sing it better before it can even.
It's a necessary process.
That's a
It's
cheat code.
That's when you get in there and you hit them with the sister act. La 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 la.
Nah, and the thing is too,
la,
that struggle that I'm going through has made me realize how warm-ups were just so great. I have songs that are good for warming up, but I
Right.
don't do actual
Vocal
warming
warm-ups,
up.
right.
Yes. Like
You
an
gotta hit that
actual warm-up.
Sharpay Evans,
Like
bro.
I will sometimes like I have like a cheat meditation that I made for myself back in 2018 that's 15 minutes long. If I can sit through that doing my breathing exercise and meditate through the whole 15 minutes, my breathing and control and shit is on point for a bit. And you can use that as a cheat to cheat through some warm-ups and then be able to get a little bit more range in.
Yep.
But it's like still again a cheat code. I need to actually work
Nah.
so that slides through easier without having to depend on the meditation and the breathing when I could and be able to just.
But
jump
that's the
into
thing.
it.
It's not just a cheat code. It's part of your process.
Mhm.
And you kind of undercut it by calling it a cheat code.
Mm-hmm.
Like utilizing.
I understand what like it does when I'm doing the breathing exercise for the 15 minutes because that conscious breathing, the conscious breathing meditation exercise that I do
Right.
allows for when I'm done, that all that conscious breathing and the way that I was breathing becomes subconscious.
Right.
Because I focused on just that, tried to focus on just that for 15 minutes and feeling that breath as it goes in and out and where it's at in my body and just really letting myself feel that. Then once I go out of that, it's still breathing in that same motion to where so it's like I've worked with it enough to understand like what it's doing, but I will still call it a cheat code because of the fact that I'm not doing my own everyday work with like just training and being able to slide through these different registers like
fair.
I used to be able to do when I was singing out loud all the time, you know?
Right.
So it's something that definitely takes a lot of work, I would say, and I feel you there when it comes to just wanting to really experiment with singing and shit because it's like that's what made me really start loving music a lot. Anyway, was the fact that of singing a lot all the time. Usher was like that main. Bruh,
I wanted to
Usher
be
was that-
Usher.
Exactly.
Let it
bruh. I wanted to
burn.
control a
I
stage
didn't
and
want to
just-
rap. I wanted to be Usher.
Exactly. I wanted to be my favorite singer, bro.
I think
My
most
voice got
rappers.
deep on me in
I think
seventh
most
grade and shit
rappers
was,
would
like,
trade
awkward.
in their rap credentials to be Usher.
Nah,
You
facts.
know what I mean?
For real.
You know what I mean?
when Usher dropped that video for My Way, everybody was doing that breakdown, that coming out the shoe. Oh my goodness, I used to kill that dance.
For me, it was "You Make Me Wanna."
For y'all,
That
it
was
was
my
a
number one
video.
most
I
played
happened
song
to
of
see one of
2017.
his like
My Way
performances
video
on
was
TV.
first.
I was watching
And
one of
then
his
that
performances
Make Me
on
Wanna
TV,
hit him
and
with
then
the dance
when I
break
seen
too.
him
Oh
like
my
working the
goodness.
crowd in the audience, I said, "I want that. I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but I
Yeah.
want that. I was
Yeah.
4 years old, and
Yeah.
this was before 8701 came out. So he's like
Yeah.
literally like performing shit for like My Way, and probably doing like the live album at the time because like it was one of his performances on TV and shit. So it makes
Mm-hmm.
sense, like timing wise and shit. And I'm just like, I want that. I don't know if I'm be
Yeah.
acting or anything like that
Yeah.
on stage, but like that with all those people, I want that.
But
And over time, it just became music.
All
But
I
did
know
it?
is when I was 7, my sister played the album Confessions on like a loop. That shit just
That
became
shit was
my
easy to loop
soundtrack.
too.
So did everyone else,
Had me,
bro.
I swear
had
to
me,
God, bro, that shit
had
was
me
cool.
dancing in the street like Tom Dubois. Like, let me burn.
No, what
Oh.
did it for me was I'm sure I'm telling my age. It was a show called Kid Songs. It used to come on, and all the kids ran the whole radio station, like the whole
Oh, shit.
broadcast thing. They ran
That's
the
the crazy.
cameras. They did the skits.
fucking
They
nuts,
ran
Bro.
the board.
You can't
Why
even
don't we
get
have that?
They
You can't
ran
even
the
do that
board
anymore.
and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's how the show was set up. Like the kids was like queuing.
OSHA
I
violation.
mean,
But it was,
I mean,
but it made me. But that's what
I
made
guess
me
I
want to.
shoulda
That's
thought
what made
about
me want
that,
to. I'm
but
like,
yeah,
hold
nah, you
on,
right.
man, I can do that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
yes.
that's what made me want to pursue. And
I
then I
fucking with
just
that.
seen
That's
like a
dope.
bigger picture. I'm like, nah, I gotta learn this, and this. So the way I can build it, we can really do something.
I think the closest
you know
thing
what I
our
mean? Really
generation would have had to something
create
like
a
that
new
would be like
network.
all that, like where the kids are doing the skits and stuff. But
Yes.
like that's a little
Yeah.
different still. But anywho,
Okay, yeah.
we covered Love Hater EP.
Yes, Love Hater.
And then the album.
So the album. The album is SS Journeys. It's also a part of a series. The first project was SS Origins.
What's
Uh,
SS stand for?
I can't tell you that.
Okay.
It's
What?
actually what it stands for is why I can't tell you
Gotcha.
Ooh.
that.
Okay. Okay.
All right then.
That's part of the mystique, ninja stuff.
No, I feel it. I feel it. So, what's the one coming up again? It's not
SS
Origins, it's
Journey.
Journey. Okay.
Yeah, so yes, SS Origin, SS Journey is the one I'm currently about to work on, and my second to last project is gonna be SS Destination.
You
Okay.
said second to last, as in the series, or you plan on return?
Oh no, I
Retiring.
plan on stopping doing this shit. I'm not gonna keep going. I don't plan to just keep
Really?
making
That's
music
just-
or at least making albums forever.
Okay.
I feel, damn, that's just crazy to hear too, because it's like sitting again with the comparisons. I don't know. I just feel like
That's kind of different
That's
from
a
how I approach
different
it. Because,
thing.
like, to me-
Again, I'm at like 37, and I feel like I mean, as weird as it sounds, like
But no,
I
that's
can
the thing. Like
try to keep going
if
to,
you
like,
if you
100 or
start a
something.
series and you don't plan for the ending, it never stops, and
So
you end
I
up
agree.
and you end up with
I
hate.
agree.
You
I
end up with
agree. I
One Piece
think-
hate for no
Exactly.
reason.
So is it just a series, or like you might stumble upon like, hey, here's a concept, I'm gonna make an album. So like that's not off the table. It's just
I mean,
as
yeah,
far as
no.
trying to,
Exactly.
it's
Okay,
as far as a series goes.
Right. The series would be
Okay.
ending, but
Okay, that's what I wanted to
You
clear
see, to
up. 'Cause
me,
I'm
the
just like, I
idea
don't
of,
feel like I
like,
could.
the idea of not doing music at some point for
Mhm.
me is actually kind of scary. Because, like,
Exactly.
because, like, to me, and I've said this to him in the past, like,
Mhm.
when I make these albums, it's sort of like I'm painting a picture of where I'm at in life at that age.
and that's
You know
exactly
I
what I'm
mean?
doing with the SS
Exact-
series.
yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
it's two series that somewhat coincide. So I got the SS series and I have a rebranding series.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it was SS Origins, then it was rebranding Purge. Now I'm doing
Okay.
SS Journeys, and the next one is rebranding
Which I remember
Urge.
Purge.
Yeah, and
I
then
remember Purge.
and the next one is rebranding Urge.
Okay.
Then it'll be SS Destination
Okay.
and rebranding Surge.
Okay.
And I like how those are keep, but they still balance with what's going on.
That's pretty cool.
I like that.
See, yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. I fucks with that. That's like fuck, bruh. I love that. The
I was
fact
gonna
that that's
say.
just like spanning between multiple projects like that is fucking lit. Cause like the only time that I would say I even came close to that was when I did like Yin and Yang. How they were two separate projects that were supposed to be together. You listen to them in either order, back and forth. It don't matter. They were meshed to be together. Then they became an actual just Yin and Yang project. And that's the closest I've gotten to that. I don't think I've gotten to where multiple series are their own series, but they also are for each other at the same time. I love that the way that links and bridges.
Yeah,
That's
I was
lit.
gonna say I'm in it. I ain't stopping. I'm gonna keep doing music.
See?
I might not be
You see,
recording. I ain't about to be recording, but I might listen. I'm gonna be engineering. I'm gonna be still producing. I'm gonna still be writing songs. All that, even if I ain't performing them or singing them myself. I'm gonna stay active.
No,
feel
yeah,
that. Yeah.
You know what I
that's
mean?
just kind of
Yeah.
how it is for me. Like I'd get bored. You know what I mean? I just want to make a song. It's fun. You know what I mean?
No, I feel it.
It's fun.
I feel it.
And you know,
And that's the thing. Like for me, with these series, it's like so SS is the story, then the rebranding is the intention. Because I mean, you use the SS series to acknowledge where I am and what I'm going through, and then I use the rebranding to say, okay, these are the changes that I need to make.
hmm
Okay.
So that's why it starts at origins.
Okay, now you see now I get it.
Right. So it's origins, then it's the purge, then it's then you acknowledge the journey, and then you get these urges to keep going and to just do what the fuck you got to do to get to that destination where you get this surge of energy because you made it.
Yep.
Mhm. Okay. You see, yeah. Once you see, and what's your timeline here for when you're hoping to get that out?
No, that's the thing. You can't rush it because, like you said, the projects are a reflection of my life and what I'm going through.
Mhm.
So I have to let them develop
That
naturally.
story feels like it's about over is when.
Right, and if the story doesn't develop naturally and I just force it out, it's not going to be genuine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So I gotta experience the things till I get to the point where I'm like, okay, yes, now's the time to put
Yeah.
this project into production because I feel like I've accomplished the changes that I was shooting for in the last rebranding project. So boom,
Mhm.
SS.
You see, that's exactly how I felt with
Fucks
like
with that.
when I got to Exhale. That was an album I was sitting on for like I was trying to get
Decade,
Exhale
damn
mailed
near.
for like a fucking decade.
Yeah.
Because I had my first mixtape was called Inhale.
Mm.
And then I was original plan was my next one's gonna be Exhale.
Right.
And I just ended up going in a different direction through the project I had out, made another one. That happened again. And it just became a thing where it kept getting kicked down the can until I got to the point where I was like, okay, it seems like the story that I started here is actually ending now. So now's the time.
Exactly.
And so at the end of like the trilogy of albums I was just working on, I was like, well, that last one's Exhale, I guess. And that's an album.
Just
I'm very proud of.
because when it fits and it just clicks, you can't fight it.
Oh,
And
yeah,
that one
exactly.
fit and clicked, man. When
That
I
shit
tell you the
clicked
timing of
exactly into
everything,
place.
like events,
Mhm.
seeing that more songs were coming, and the project almost like transformed in a way too to fit like
Mm.
narratively what was going on at the time for him and shit too was just like this shit's fucking beautiful.
Right.
And then
Thank
and
you.
also the fact that I was there a decade ago when with Inhale and knowing that Exhale was supposed to be that and just seeing like
Yeah, you've got a
how it
special
all culminated,
perspective
like
on it.
Right.
front row seat damn near was like,
Mhm.
bruh,
Mm-hmm.
bruh. Exhale just hits for me for so many different reasons. And I told him that as soon as it was finished, as soon as I listened through it the first time myself, right after I got done mixing and right after I got done mastering, I said, motherfucker, this shit is beautiful, bro. Be proud of this shit, bro.
Thank you.
Yes.
Like
Thank you,
it's
man. I mean that.
bruh, it's great. Like Exhale from a top to bottom listen is just like one of those albums that is like
You guys gonna have to send us in some music so we can do glow review.
Oh, of
Liddy
course, of
committee.
course.
It won't be
Yeah,
Kodak's
yeah.
Kodiak's first with glow review.
well, I don't go by Kodiak anymore.
So it's official. The name change is official.
yeah, it's
Okay.
Samad Terrell.
Samad Terrell. My
We
apologies.
took
Nah,
Kodiak
you're
out
fine,
back
you're
and we
fine.
shot him.
And I
He's
shot
dead.
that motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's still got some crawling limbs around and shit that I'm trying to get back
See, y'all
into
ain't
the
listen to
grave,
Mystical.
but-
Y'all ain't listen to Mystical. That should have helped the bear.
Huh? I mean, yeah, no, I feel like I have
You guys just stomp a teddy bear out. It's easy as that.
but yeah, nah, I feel like I probably still gotta capture a song that really encapsulates that, I guess, maybe. I might have it. I think and
Ooh, that actually would be a
like
good
the
idea.
album that I'm working on kind of encapsulates it in spirit throughout. And I guess as like a little sneak tidbit, there's also like lots of uh I
Yeah,
mean
no.
type shit, but there's But see, like that's not the actual underlying theme of the album. The actual like underlying theme from what I've noticed has been my very first mixtape ever when I first started this back in like 2009 was called Crossroads, where I was deciding, do I do this? Right? I'm going to spend my summer in between 8th and ninth grade making this mixtape. I'm going to come back as a freshman showing people this stuff I did over the last couple months, see what the reception is, see if I do this. Now, I've been very reflective over the fact that it's been like 15, a decade and a half of making music, like a lot over the last like year and a half and shit. And it's made me think about this. And also, I guess a little footnote, I cannot listen to like my first 12 projects, basically. They're like gone. They were on Dat Piff and shit like that, and they're just gone. All right. So like a whole piece of me is
An
actually
actual
physically
fucking
like
tragedy.
missing. Okay. So thinking about like all of these things and a lot of like that first project being called Crossroads has been like kind of on my mind too. So I've been kind of teasing, and over the years, I guess I've like looked into and studied this whole like selling your soul to the devil concept and things of that nature,
Mm,
and really going back on my first project was literally called Crossroads. Do I
mm,
want to do this and things of that? So I've
right.
been kind of playing with that lyrically throughout
Okay.
some songs and sprinkling in this like being teased by the devil kind of deal. And this is, I guess I'll also kind of reveal one of those stories that I don't quite want to round back out to a happy ending. I'd rather it be cliffhanger to lead into something further.
Worth pointing out, every single person here is sitting on like a completed project that they're just waiting to get out.
Well,
Basically.
I
mine
have
is
an
mine's
album, you have
still
an album, he has an EP, you have an EP.
Yeah, I
Ma-
still got to finish writing a little bit and conceptualizing, and because like I started it with, also it's a fully self-produced project, which is
Hey,
kind of making me be a bit more concise with things.
right.
I started it with 15
Always.
songs and now it's pushing like 20 because I made more beats and wrote to them and they fit, and I'm like ah
What's coming out? What's staying? What?
right.
Hmm.
So, yeah, nah, but that's kind of been a bit of what I've been playing with there is kind of throwing back things and playing with the fact of like, uh, someone that I partially inspired way back in the day, particularly kind of was like, cause like whenever I'm very, I don't post a lot, you know what I
Right.
mean? You'll get like stories of I kind of fuck with what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna just show people like I'm in the studio doing something right now,
Mhm.
and this is what's being made. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that be it. And then you don't see shit for a couple more months until I randomly feel like sharing something that's been made in the studio, basically. And even though in that whole time frame, I'm still making shit. You know what I
Because you
mean?
don't. It doesn't stop.
Exactly. So
Can't stop. Won't stop.
I was doing this like a week ago, and hell, if you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, you might catch me going live. Those videos stay private, where I'm like on live making a song on the spot.
Mhm.
You could see the process sometimes, you know what I
Right.
mean? And so I posted on my story, and another artist, he said, "This ain't it," and I'm just like, I don't give a fuck if you think it's it or not.
Like, okay, thank you.
Like, I basically, like, in a way, I feel like I immediately got offended and pissed, but like it also wasn't that. It was me just like, I didn't ask for you to try to get it. I didn't ask for you to tell me if it was it or not, for
Right.
a fire or trash. And he's like, "Well, you posting it, like, kind of insinuates that that's what you're doing." I'm like,
You
"No,
see,
I'm
I
just
don't.
sharing that I'm in a creative process right
Right.
now, and and also what you're hearing sounds way different than a lot of things I do. So I'm also experimenting.
Right.
That's what I'm showing right now. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So it's like
You see, I don't even let that kind of stuff offend me because, like, I kind of expect
again, I'm
that.
saying
You know
like
what I
I'm not.
mean?
It felt as if I was offended, even though I really wasn't. It was just one of those things. Like I didn't ask,
You
motherfucker.
just
I'm
Yeah,
just
it's one of
sharing.
those things where
Like
some people just seek out negativity, though. You know what I'm saying?
and so it got to a point where I'm just like, he's saying like, the last few things you've done have felt like kind of like the same or something,
mhm.
and that it's got you to where you're not anticipating. I'm just like, thanks, I guess, but at the same time, you almost don't sound like you know what you're talking about because Beauty and the Beat, bruh,
See, no, that's the
What?
thing.
And it's like when you
Hmm.
listen to the last couple things, it's like, what do you
So
mean?
what
So
you
it's
want?
almost like,
Trust me on this one. What you want to do with with those type, especially comments, um, keep them going. Like so, which things does it not like sound like? What have you heard this one? All right, check this one out.
that, and
So
that's
it's
kind
not
of
similar
where
to
it
this,
went too,
and then you
because
keep
I
the.
was going in
Now,
and
so
I was like, what
let
he's
me explain
saying
because
doesn't
you keep
even
the
add up
conversation going.
to
You keep the conversation going, and you send them to listen to your song here, and you
exactly,
get those spins,
exactly.
and
And the
you keep
more
them commenting.
comments they make, that's actually good for you in terms of like the
See though,
algorithm. You know
Exactly,
what I mean?
this
exactly.
was DM though. This was DM because, like I said, I shared it on a story, so he
Ah.
responded
Ah,
DM.
yeah,
So this
yeah.
was DM convo. So like
So
it
he
didn't
just
That's
quite
then
work
this was
the
just
personally
same.
weird
pulled.
by nature
But it's
already,
like,
bro.
So he just personally pulled you
but
aside to
How
be
you
like,
hop in
"Hey, your
this
shit is
inbox, bro?
whack."
You
like
weird.
this ain't
Damn,
it. And he's another artist too that
damn,
I've worked
dog.
with multiple
Damn.
times and shit too. So it was like just one of them things. And he was like, I put people onto you and blase. And what you making right now, like this. And I'm just like, what?
So niggas, I'm supposed to stick to your
Yeah,
expectations of
what?
me as an artist,
Right, exactly. So I got to the point of where
Like
I'm
he's
just
your
like,
A and R. Like,
this,
bruh,
like
bruh.
I'm not making music thinking about outside people in a way. And sometimes in some concepts of me making a song, am I sometimes dumbing down a lyric or more generalizing of something, even though it's more personal? But am I trying to more generalize what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes, I will do that a lot. But sometimes most of the times, that's not in the thought of I'm thinking of other people and how they'll receive it. It's, will this make this song a little bit better?
Right.
Will, or I mean, I've used a specific example where I said that I fled the scene or something must be in my where the original line was jeans, GENES, where I was like talking about my father being gone, and I
Mhm.
changed that line to me just going because I didn't really even want to fully even
Right.
associate that. That's like one of my own kind of self-conscious things of like changing the lyric,
Mhm.
maybe because like if my dad hears it, maybe I don't want him to think like, here's another stab at you, like
Right.
because it's an easy limb to pull lyrically or something,
Right.
you know what I mean? So I and also kind of trying to, I've mentioned how my dad not being in my life has been through, you go back in the catalogs and shit,
Oh, bro, I am
these things are
familiar with
themes,
the
man.
vibes, bro. Believe you
yeah,
me.
I mean,
Shit's been themes, and it's like, well, now I have my own family, and like, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I've gotten to a point with my own family where it's like my girl is like a very wanted person, and we've had to go more private. So now it's like, okay, that kind of makes me tackle things a slightly different way too, which is
Mhm.
like I haven't posted my kids online in years because we had she specifically has literal stalkers.
which
She
Mhm.
low,
has
I mean, which
a
is a good
plethora of
call.
fake profiles of her, some of which use our kids in order to make their shit seem more
Oh
real.
hell no.
So
Yeah, that's
right.
fucked.
So I think strategically even on that front while
Right.
I'm writing shit
Right. Right.
to try to like, and it's weird because it's like I wrote recently I got to write around what I'm thinking about because
Mm.
I can't say things super direct and I have to find a way, an indirect way to say what it is I'm actually thinking and feeling a lot of the times. Those are ways where shit gets kind of changed, but it's never that I'm thinking about outside people. So it's like you coming in at me and saying like this ain't it, blase, blase. It's like I'm not thinking about you when I make my art.
I'm
No
never thinking
offense.
about that.
Nah,
You
Like
facts.
know
when
what?
I make it, when I'm making my shit, I'm making it because I want to hear what I'm trying to process here. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like if I find a beat that I like and the shit just starts
Nope.
flowing,
I'm
I
sorry.
want to see where it's going. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
it's
for
speaking
my
to you for a
sake.
reason.
You
And
know
that's the
what I
thing
mean?
though. But that's the thing though, because I can't act like he's 100% wrong because
Right.
No,
when it
yeah.
comes
His approach is
when you
smarter
hear
than
mainstream
mine.
artists talk and they say I do it for the fans, and when you get to the point where
Exactly.
you got fans,
You
Mhm.
kind of
you got to
yes.
appreciate the fact that they would even reach out about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like that is something that made me think too. It made me come down here and get in the lab and start working again.
Mhm.
But like knowing too, like back when I was living on the West Coast, I was in Vegas. I was standing next to, the stratosphere.
Mhm.
I was standing up on one of the parking garages there, literally on the ledge, and I posted, "What if I jump?" I was just having a lot of, thoughts. I wasn't,
Right,
but like, what if I jumped? Like, what would happen? What would be like the branches off of this
right,
shit? Like on some multi timeline kind of
right, right,
shit.
right.
Really just thinking. Someone responded to me, and uh, I get a little touchy bringing this up just because of where it goes. But like, he reached out to me saying that he was a fan of mine and he wouldn't get any more good music. That felt great first and foremost, but then I was like, oh damn, like I didn't know that. Talking to him more, I come to find out that like my music helped him through his divorce.
Mm,
I that's something I never expected in my life.
right.
I've always wanted to touch and help people, but like for that to be, I didn't ever expect that. And it started from that moment on. From when I lived in LA, I don't know if people could tell that there was like some sort of change in me, but that was one of the main things right there
Hmm.
was this man. And so when he tells me that, like we kind of start, like I guess artist to fan talking a little bit kind of deal. We were already friends on
Hmm.
Facebook and everything, so I started like seeing his posts and shit.
Right.
He's like kind of coping and getting through and starting to like get through the process of like the divorce and everything. He's staying with his dad, or like his dad staying with him to help him out, whatever. And he was like posting like meals that he would make for his dad and himself and shit. And one day, like I noticed I wasn't seeing the post anymore, and that
Mm.
had been like a week since I'd seen the last one. And then so I go digging a little bit, and he died in a car crash. And that right there, the whole like build up to that point was kind of just like something flipped and switched in me that made me take a really long Instagram hiatus to where now I don't even really care to post anything at all. But like that right there was the thing that made me take the long hiatus from just like everything. I didn't want to connect anymore. I didn't want to end up building another. I didn't want to find another fan
It's
and
traumatic.
connect with
Mm.
them. Um, and in a way, I'm like still kind of fighting with that a little bit. Uh, eh, it's really weird, but like that kind of got me.
No, it's cool. Hey, we
No,
need to
it's
rap
fine, bro.
anyway.
Yeah,
It's
nah.
fine, bro.
But really, all that just to say, nah. I don't. In ways I approach for other people because I do know that like my songs are being heard by people that I've never seen in my life, never heard in my life across the world in ways that I
That you don't
after
even
an
know.
experience like that I know for a fact I'm touching people in ways that I could never even fathom and that I haven't even thought of yet. And that in some way, yes, just continuing to do what it is that I do, period, helps, but also keeping some of those people in mind helps. And also just knowing when to block out all of it and just create for the sake of creating. And that's what's within me. I have to
Balance.
balance all of it, which not just me, like we all have to.
Exactly.
And I feel like, not all of us have an experience like that where we connect with a fan and then we find out things like that. But like, I feel like all of us have an experience, multiple experiences where you find out that someone was a fan and you are surprised by it
Yeah.
because you never envisioned this person specifically actually attaching to what it is that you're creating. So I think that we've all kind of had that moment and where that will kind of hit you a little different because then you start applying, damn, wait, there's a face that I never expected. They're listening to this. How like you don't make it to like make sure that they're still enjoying it, but like at some point subconsciously you start making things to
Yeah, it's
where
more of a
that
subconscious thing, I feel
yeah,
like, than it is something you do
and it all kind of plays
consciously.
a part and you just continuously evolving and leveling up and becoming better in ways that you feel that you're still growing.
Yeah.
I think it all kind of just like coincides in that. I don't know. I went on a tangent there for a minute too.
brother, no, it was a good. No, I
It's
think
not-
that was a
it
good
was a
way to
healthy
tie it
tangent.
together, though. Nah,
Yeah. I feel like I needed that a little bit.
that's what we're
All
here
good.
for, man. We're here for good conversations.
It's always to be determined.
Yeah, so we don't ever,
Of
we
course,
don't ever know
this
where
guy
it's
gets
going.
it.
You see, and with that, you're officially part of the crew now.
Boom.
He gets it. He
Fuck
gets
another. God damn it! I just left the crew.
Sorry, dude, you can't leave now. Sorry.
Just got jumped in.
Man.
Hey man, you invited yourself in with that.
But hey, man, I think the Shadow Village ABH crossover episode's gone pretty well.
Nah,
all things
man,
Absolutely.
I think
considered.
I think this might need like a part two
Hey, we got more
Yeah, we're
people.
gonna have to hit it again.
'Cause,
Once your
man.
guys' projects come out, come through again. We'll push them.
Hell yeah.
Push them for you. This is all about self promo. Buy our shit, damn it.
Yeah.
Buy, our shit. Buy all of our shit.
Stream all our music, damn it.
No,
Oh,
but it has
shit.
been a genuine, supreme pleasure to have you.
And
both
before
here,
we
like,
go,
quite honestly.
plug.
Last-
Right now,
any final
right now is
plugs?
the time.
My final plug.
Websites.
My final plug. She
merch,
should have been my
any-
first plug because she's my first talent management client, officially under contract. And
Wait. Round of applause. Okay, you said management. You are managing an artist.
He got
as
that word like a
client
manager.
through contract.
Yes, contractually.
Hell yeah.
First one right there.
First
too.
payment's
This
been
is a
made and
premier
everything. Like
service.
so it's going. We got 90 days. We going good. About to wrap up month one really strong with this photo shoot tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
And I just want to make sure I shout out Simone and Rain for putting the faith in me to help you with your career. And I'm making sure I do my due diligence for that by saying something right now.
Hell yeah. Good decision.
Hey, we love to hear it. We love to hear it, man.
What about you, Unc?
You can follow me on IG at Jesse LeBron. That's LABRAUN. I'm the original LeBron because I'm older than him. That's why they
Got
call
it.
him LeBum. But nah, for real. But yeah, follow me on IG, Jesse LeBron. Stay tuned. We got casting calls coming up. All type of projects. So
Yes,
if you're looking to
by the
act,
time this episode drops,
come
will probably
on
be
through.
within the casting calls. So I mean, which also final thing I wanna say. So you said when's the next like thing dropping project wise EP between either of you?
I'm definitely dropping this EP in late March, early April. Late March, early April. I haven't
early
decided
April.
an exact date, but late March, early April.
And you
All
said
right,
March.
I know it's gonna be March. I'm trying to push towards like right around March Madness time.
All right, so
Alrighty.
I'm gonna say it like this. Right now, if
party's
you're
going
watching
on.
this at the end, go stream Bounce
Yeah.
and be on the lookout for what's drop. Which EP's dropping?
Love hater recovery.
Love
we
Hater.
gonna get over that shit.
recovery. All right.
And
So
I
if
did
you
not
got to
officially
this point,
put Bounce out for it to be streamed. So if you want to hear it, it's ways you can hear it.
hey, actually,
you just gotta request
hey,
it.
Hey, send us
And
send us the hookup.
maybe I can do a special performance.
Send us a hookup and we'll have it like
get
we'll
you a
play a
little link.
snippet here.
Shoot them
at the end
open
here.
mics. Shoot them open mics to me. I might.
I just want to say we gonna get it streaming. I made the beat. We definitely gonna get that bitch streaming.
We definitely get
Oh,
that
yeah.
bitch streaming.
No, we'll give
Sooner-
you a little
sooner
snippet at
than
the end
later.
Here.
Yeah. We ain't making
Sooner
it to
than
sit,
later.
damn it.
Sooner than later.
We need asses shaking across America, damn it.
We gotta get some paperwork in order.
times.
Once paper-
asses great.
Women of America, find a man in your life and just shake that ass
Just
for him.
shake it
Just
for him. You
shake
feel
it.
me?
Just
It
press
don't
play
gotta
on
be
Bounce
big.
and just
Do
shake
you
that
know
out.
could
the
be
power
small.
you wield to heal a man's mental health
All you
today?
gotta do is shake
Today.
it, girl.
Shake some
Just
ass.
shake it.
Just right now.
Just bounce it.
Shake it.
Flash your titty.
Bounce
Shake.
that ass.
It takes 3 seconds to make
Bounce
your man
that.
And
smile.
if you don't know how to shake that, just shake your boobs. It works the same way.
Almost the same way.
Just jiggle something, bitch. Jiggle.
It's gonna work the same way if it's your man.
Yeah, right. If it's your man, though, yeah, it will work the same way.
Absolutely.
You're
Well,
just trying to get some attention.
well, gentlemen, it has been a
shit.
pleasure. This has been To Be Determined. I am Nick Swisher. This is my co-host, Samad Terrell.
Monterey.
Genuine, wholehearted thanks to both of our guests today. Advance, Ace in the building. Uncle Jay. It's been quite the unction today,
It has been quite the unction.
but it's over now. So take
Uh,
your young asses home.
Go to bed
Hey,
God damn
y'all,
and
y'all,
jiggle something, bitch.
y'all ain't gotta get off of YouTube, but you gotta get the fuck off this video. Hit one of the previous episodes, or if the next one's out, go ahead
And
hit
like,
that
share, and
next one.
subscribe also.
Get off my digital lawn. All right.
You guys should be able to hear your guys.
check.
No, let me.
like a basketball. It don't matter, girl, if you ain't got no ass at all. Short, tall, skinny, thick, fat, or small. It don't matter, girl, shake it, we gon' have a ball. Bounce that booty like a basketball. 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 Can you dribble with it? Or can you dribble with it? A double dribble with it? A double dribble with it? Or can you dribble with it? Or can you dribble with it? A double dribble with it? A double dribble with it? Walked up on mommy like banger, banger. When she back that ass up, I could feel the danger. Had to help my niggas help me get the perfect angle. Like, ooh, shit. Nigga, help lift me up. God damn, this might be too much butt. But shorty find his pluck, but she fucking it up. Call this ass Gorilla Glue, cause baby got me stuck. I knew she was trouble, but I ain't give a fuck. No, I'm a victim. All that ass got me in a trance, holding on with both hands. She didn't stand a chance when she felt what came through these motherfucking pants. And now we got some plans. Bounce that booty like a basketball. It don't matter, girl, if you ain't got no ass at all. Short, tall, skinny, thick, fat, or small. It don't matter, girl, shake it, we gon' have a ball. Bounce that booty like a basketball.